Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video on the Champions League cards and how I think they're basically going to crash coming over the next week and how you can trade around this. So we have the Champions League cards. I believe it was about 2 weeks ago when they played the first set of games. They're of course given to us in packs once over this course, and that was via a Champions League marquee matchup, costing about 40k to do, giving you a 3 Champions League player pack as a reward. And then on top of that, you also were able to get them untradeable via repeatable SBC. But the tradable one was the obviously the only one that's interesting because it put loads on the market. As you guys will well know that they are worth way too many coins. You know, you will pay 40k for a goddamn Gabriel Jesus normal, +1 to half the in-game stats, half of them being irrelevant in the first place, like 250k. You are paying 5 times the amount for +1 to half of the stats, and it's a madness. But as a result, these have actually been extremely good to trade with. I've seen a lot of people flip a lot of coins on these players. Not myself personally, but I'm looking into I guess doing it come of the second round of these being dropped. So the second round of these being dropped, we expect would be from next Tuesday onwards, with of course the second round of the Champions League games. So as a result, we do think that there'll be another basically a set of the same SBCs we got last week, with that being maybe like 1 or 2 tradable, and then the rest actually needing those players the SBCs. Now, how can you trade with them? So I'm actually going to refer this back to it's a bit of a weird one, but back to Team of the Season / so Footies last year when they re-released Team of the Season and whatever sort of cards they have for the World Cup, Festival of Foot, that was it. And basically what happened was these cards had a lack of supply, and then very temporarily, if I can say that properly, were flooded on the market. Absolutely, not flooded, but you know, they were fair. Basically, they were probably equal amount of what they were previously put on the market, and then maybe a little bit more. And then what you could do from this, and this is what I personally did, is I then looked at the price they were prior the re-release, the price they were after the re-release, and so what players went down the highest percentage. So for example, let's say Mbappe was 1 million and went down to 40k. That's down, well, that's down 60%. Whereas let's say a guy was 100k and went down to 30k, obviously that's down 70%. So although you might be like, damn, 600k cheap for Mbappe, you know, it's looking good, the guy for 100k would be a lot better because it's you know, 70% compared to 60%. And then of course there are players who dropped a lot better. So as a result from this, I think we'll be able to do the exact same with the Champions League hopefully. And what I've done so far, and this is my Twitch subs on for my subs on Twitch, but so you know, because I basically, if you give you a quick background, I write up daily training guides for my subs on Twitch, and although I don't want to, you know, although I don't mind giving, I guess, stuff I do on Twitch for YouTube, I don't completely screw them over. So basically what I've provided on Twitch is a list of all the players, so I guess you have to do your own research with this. You can easily use Footbin. That's literally what I've done. I've gone through Footbin player one by one, put down their rating price, their Xbox price, and their PlayStation price. Of course, you only have to do the price that is relative to you. I'm just going through the teams one by one, basically putting down what their current price is. So I can use this for actual current reference. I can use it, let's say if I go through the Liverpool team one by one, you know, pressing on LB, I can use this, and then I've got all the prices written down, so I'm going to be like, okay, Firmino or Fabinho. So I have Fabinho written down here that his going rate is 220k on a PlayStation. So what I can do is I can go, are there any for 200k or less? If so, I could go and buy them. But the main reason I've written this down is for the reason I said earlier. So I'm gonna have the current price now, and then when they re-release it, probably like maybe 1-2 days into it, I'm gonna put what their price is then. I'm then gonna use that to work out what players have dropped the highest percentage, and therefore the ones best to invest in. Because I don't see, you know, this is how it worked with the Footies and Team Season last year. It's the players literally rebounded to the price they were prior. So, and if not a little bit more, because of course they weren't ever going to be back in packs. So I think the exact same thing could happen. Again, we do have another 2 weeks after the up-and-coming set coming out, another Champions League player, so that should be interesting. We're also presuming that they won't release them in packs, and again, they'll keep them quite scarce with the SBCs and such. Of course, if they release it in packs, it's a completely different story. But then again, they should go up to the same sort of price. So basically, what I mean from this is, I'm, let's say, looking at all the current prices, looking at what the price is going to be when they re-release it, and then I'll use the percentage to put some investments. I won't go put them all into one player unless there's someone extremely good. Let's say someone dropped 80% of their price range because they did release them in packs. Well, then maybe I might go ham on them because, as I said, I do fully imagine them to rise back up to what they were, if not very close to what they were. Of course, you are probably going to double the supply if they're released via SBCs, and probably, I don't know, like 10 times, 20 times the supply if they're released in packs. One thing, though, I don't see them being released in packs. There are, what, like... There are like don't know, 16 teams, I presume, in this. 16 teams times 20 is 300. We're just saying there's 320 players. That's 320 players not in packs. That is a storm. You know, that is everyone. Like, that is, the market is going to do a madness if that occurred. I really wouldn't see that happening unless they want to release them in packs for like 2 days, because anything longer would just, yikes, you know, it'd be pretty deadly. So again, I see them being dropped very scarcely this week with SBCs as such. One thing, of course, you can do if the rares drop very, very cheap, you go buy them, because obviously, and also the non-rares. You know, the non-rares did end up rising a fair bit last time, but especially the rares were. They went from anywhere from about 2 to 3k all the way up to I think like 7, 8k. So they're insane. So again, if they drop quite a lot this time, go buy them. For the non-rares, end up dropping to about 1, 2k or at least 1k. Definitely buy them. They're near zero risk. You know, they're a gold card in the end of the day. They're probably discard for at least 800 coins or whatever. But yeah, so I think this is going to kind of end it. Of course, you can do it with any of the teams that qualified. Some of the best players I'll tell you to use. I sadly haven't showcased it because I haven't really looked at it. But I'll give you an example right here. Let me move him over here. And that is just going with the players who are low rated, high value. The reason these are going to be good, because the low rated, high value players should theoretically be packed a little more often than Sala's as such. So, you know, if you are going to go and price check a few of them, maybe just go for anyone who's under 82 rated but worth over 40k. You know, for example, Teljan right here, I believe he's worth about 45k. So I don't actually have a reference written down for him because I've only done Prem so far. But yeah, so he's going to be about 50k. So again, if you want to write down his reference, because he's low rated, he theoretically should be packed a fair bit. And therefore drop more than the likes of a Sala, because of course he's a little bit high rated. And if minimum packs are going to be opened, well, then of course it's going to be quite hard for him to drop. So again, you can use Footbin with the filter going rare, UCL, maximum rating 76 to 82. Sort via price, and just as I say, just write down everyone's price. I do think the research is worth it. You know, I don't BS really on it. And I don't just say I don't release videos for the sake of it. I do fully rate this, mainly again because of the team season last year, and there was just so much money to be made. And again, if they run them in the same format this week as they did 2 weeks ago, I think there is a lot of money. So I've only just started. And I'll tell you what, it takes absolutely ages. I did it on both Xbox and PlayStation. One thing I will say is, look at the price graph for the last like 3 days, because I wouldn't look at the current day. So an example I'd say this with is Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is a bit of a weird one, because his day price graph for some reason was only 500k, even though his going rate ended up being about 800k. So you don't want to mug yourself off with that, because maybe De Bruyne ends up being an amazing deal, and because you've under I guess, you know, or misinformed how much he is in the first place, he's going to be a little bit naff. But I will say this does take a while. Like, it did send me a solid like hour, 2 hours, literally just writing down 40 players. Again, I'm writing these on 2 consoles, so I guess theoretically makes like 80 players compared to if you were just writing down on your own console. But yeah, I do think, I guess it's going to wrap it up. I don't know if it's been quite a short video. Hopefully I've got my point across. Again, the point is, pick some players if they're low rated, high value. Find out what their current price is. Wait maybe 1-2 days into the promo, especially when they start dropping the player packs. Then you can look to invest in them. Of course, it's a slight risk, because if they, at the end of the promo, or at the end of next week, just decide to release them in packs, well, they're probably going to crash in price. But I'd say it's pretty worth the risk. I think the odds on them releasing them in packs is extremely slim. But yeah, so wait till the tradable SBC comes, then put that sort of, compare that to the main one. If they're down, let's say down at least 40%, they're probably definitely going to be a pretty banging investment as such. And then yeah, that's what I recommend. Also again, yeah, if there's any rares and non-rare Champions League cards with cheapo, make sure to pick them up. So I think this is going to end the video. Hopefully it's been useful. I think this should be actually quite a useful video, because I think it's hopefully an outlook or some sort of like preparation you can do, which I don't know, wouldn't be too mainstreamly talked about as such. So yeah, I say hopefully you guys do end up doing well. You know, if you do want to do the research, feel free. Again, as I say, I will probably cover about 10-15 teams for my subs on Twitch subs. It's a paid thing, you know. You can sub with Amazon Prime for free, which is always good. But yeah, so that's that. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully I didn't come across as too much of a sellout. You know, I say, like, I want to give you really decent videos, but I'll be honest, everything I release as a video on here is literally something I probably pre-put in the trading guide or will put on the trading guide, because that's, I guess, the stuff on there is hopefully of that sort of content, you know, or that enough content for me to make these videos on. So, as I say, if you do want to, go plug a bunch of things out. If you do want to check out the Twitter, I do tweet when I'm live on Twitch and when a YouTube video goes live. You can check out the Twitch. I do stream. I need to get my streaming schedule back on track. One really weird thing I found is if I was stuck with my unassigned glitch, I literally will end up staying all night just selling all the cards. So I'm going to try and stay away from the unassigned glitch because for some reason it's actually killing my streaming schedule, which isn't too good. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like. Of course, subscribe if you do want to see this daily content. Cheers for watching, and have a good rest of your day. See you tomorrow with maybe some screen investing. You know, I was thinking what I was going to make today, but I feel the Champions League is something I'm recently looking into quite a lot, so I think it'd be quite good for you guys. But yeah, cheers for watching, and have a good rest of your day.